Did you know that 90% of content creators are missing the one thing, one key element that turns their viewers into customers? And even if you're one of those that's using AI to create content, you're probably missing those same things. I'm Kristen Poborski, and I'm the creator of the AI Content Amplifier. And today, I'm going to share with you the conversion secret that changed everything for myself, my clients, and my students. So if you're wanting to go from being the best kept secret to the best known in your niche, then you're going to want to stick around, listen in, because I'm going to share with you a simple 3-part framework that will help you just do that. All right. So you might want to go grab a piece of paper right now and take some notes. And I'm going to start with the conversion formula. This is the thing, because anybody can create content, but I'm sure you don't want to waste your time creating content that is not going to attract your ideal audience. So I call this conversion formula, and I teach it inside all of my courses, and I actually even teach it inside my free AI Amplifier Masterclass. It is called the Content to Cash Machine Framework. Now, I've taught it before on other videos and things and podcasts and such, but today I'm going to actually share that with you, but I'm actually going to go deeper into a new framework, all right? So there are 3 essential pieces that go into this, one being client clarity, content and commerce, and finally, I call it connection content. And today I'm going to actually dive into and talk to you about the first part of this formula. But when you get all 3 of those going and into your content, you will go from no views to lots of views. And I can tell you that myself because I've been using this for quite a while now. And last week, I just created a piece of content. And I've gotten over 200 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and it's blowing up everywhere using that content to cash machine framework. And I'm going to explain that to you in more detail. And this is true for those of you who are creating AI content as well. You need to know the client clarity, who you're creating that content for. Then when I talk about the content and commerce alignment, that's when you build in what you do in your business and create content around that. And then the final part is all about adding in storytelling. And I talk about that a lot everywhere. And I might have time at the end of this to talk about that. But today, I'm really going to focus on the first 2 parts because I'm going to tell you, I've talked to the wrong people. And like me, you might have a great program. You might be serving someone, but you might not be talking to those people in your content, just like I was doing myself a few years ago. All right. I had a great program. I had a great services, and I turned what I was doing into a program, which I called, I think it was it was a blogging course because I'm a content creator, but I called it blogging, some sort of traffic blogging secrets. Okay. But my clients are coaches, healers, and course creators. But when I named it that, and I started marketing it to someone else that was not my ideal client, all of my content efforts, my content creation efforts, my marketing, my webinars fell on deaf ears. It's because I was speaking, I didn't have that client clarity. I wasn't taking what I was doing and selling it to the right person. So once I changed that and I got really clear on who I was selling it to, was who I was serving already, right? So I then changed my course, changed my content, changed all my marketing, and my course started to sell. Same course, different name, but marketing to who my ideal client was. So I do that all the time now in my content. I always talk to the course creators, the healers, and the coaches, because that's who I serve. So everything revolves around that. Then I take that and I get clear about what I do in my business, and I create this thing called a custom buyer's print. So let's dive into that little framework, which you can see right above. So it's a 3-part framework. There's 2 things that go in it, and it builds this beautiful document that we call the customer blueprint. And that's where we start. We build this alignment, and that's where we start building the content plan. Because once you have those 2 things, so you know who your customer is, you input what your services are, what you want to talk about. It could be even it could be a category that you do in your business, right? So for me, I put in who my ideal customer is. It is a coach, a healer, a course creator, and I want to talk about AI content creation. All right. That's what I'm selling. That's what I teach all the time now. And I need to have content and all of my messaging around that. I put it into AI, and I have this beautiful blueprint that spits out everything I need to know about that person, specifically so that I can meet them right where they are. So now I know their hopes, their dreams, their fears, the problems that they've done, all of the mistakes they've made, the expensive alternatives they've tried, all of that. And then I can take that and create my content plan around that. So I have targeted content that I can talk to them about. I have a content plan, and I feed this into AI, and then I get 6 months worth of content. This is exactly how I came up with this video right here, because I fed that all into AI, and it came up with a 6-month content plan. And it spit out this topic of why your AI content isn't converting. Then I take it and I put it through my content to cache machine, and I start storytelling. I put in my frameworks, and I use that as a way of teaching. But I'm not over teaching. See, the thing is that what I used to do in my content is I would just sit here and go through a whole litany of step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It would fall on deaf ears. Nobody wants to sit through something where I'm just giving you the lists of what you should be doing or not doing. But when I start telling the stories of what I'm doing and what my students are doing and my clients are doing and the results they're getting, it all changes. That's why that video I did last week on the 80-20 rule of AI content creation did so well, because I'm teaching a framework, I'm explaining the results I got, and I'm sharing stories about how it's helped other people, and I'm doing all of that in my content in such a way that people can actually grasp it. Instead of saying, you need to do this step, it's too confusing. But I've got that graphic, just like I have that graphic right up here with that custom buyer's blueprint. You can now see how it all works and how you could use it in your business. So what you really want to take away from this is you need to spend the time, which you probably have an avatar. You already know who that person is. You already know what you do in your business, but are you creating content that aligns the two? Because that's the key. If you start there, then you can have a content plan that will help you convert. Then the secret sauce is to add in storytelling and meet your customers or your ideal client where they are and address the problems that they're experiencing. And that is the beauty of having that custom buyer's blueprint in using it in your content creation. Let's go back into what buyer's blueprint is, and if you haven't written this down, I'm going to give you another opportunity. So what you do with AI is you input who your client is, the person that you're working with. Then you input what you do in your business. Think about that. Like, what is one thing that you do in your business? Not all the things. That would be your content category. And the step 3 is you put it into AI, which we have a proprietary prompt that we use, but we tell it to take all this information and spit out all those things that I told you earlier, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, their problems, the expensive alternatives they've tried, all of that. And that's what builds that custom buyer's blueprint. If you're ready to stop creating content that doesn't convert, but just entertains, then you're going to want to follow the same framework. If you want to grab that custom buyer's blueprint and learn the content to cash machine framework, join me for my next AI amplification masterclass, where I'll be teaching that same framework and show you how to automate your content creation efforts. Because when you apply this into that automation, your content works. Just like that video I did last week. It's blowing up and got me, oh gosh, now I think today I looked just a few minutes ago, it's close to 200 new subscribers and tons of views because I simplified how I was teaching and was really specific to who I'm teaching. And I use that framework to create my content that is now converting because I'm also getting people signing up for my masterclass. Join me for my content amplification masterclass where I'll be teaching, and that link is right down below in the notes.